Hey there, fellow game dev enthusiasts. It's your friendly neighborhood Powerhack swinging at you with a completely unplanned video. Trust me, I didn't wake up today thinking I'd be diving into this controversy. I probably shouldn't, but here we are. Grab your popcorn and your favorite drink because we're about to unpack the wild world of Godot, or should I say, Wokot? Wokot. Look, I love Godot, and I promise you, this channel is not political, but this is just a rare instance politics meets Godot. So picture this, it's September 27th, 2024. Some random Twitter user decides to complain about how game dev tools are going all woke, and that real developers should make their own engines. You know, a typical day on Twitter. But then the official Godot Twitter account, or X account, decides to embrace his inner comedian and drops this absolute gem in response. Apparently, game engines are woke now. Well then, we won't complain. Show us your Wokot games below. Now, I don't know about you, but I thought game engines were for, making games, not starting political revolutions or engaging in Twitter wars. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy who loves making things in Godot and thought we were all here to create awesome games. Well, it turns out that not everyone found this hilarious, and by not everyone, I mean a metric ton of developers, users, and even some big-time financial supporters. But instead of a simple, oops, our bad, what did we get? A blocking spree that would make a Twitter troll blush. We're talking bans on Twitter, Discord, and even GitHub. That's right, folks. You can now get banned from contributing to an open source project for having the audacity to say, hey, maybe let's just focus on the engine. Talk about a plot twist. One of the most notable casualties, Life Art Studios, a titanium level donor, got blocked faster than you could say politically neutral for politely asking Godot to stay out of politics. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Now, here's where it gets really juicy. A moderator called Zananax decided to drop some truly inspirational gems in the Discord. And by inspirational, I mean the kind of stuff that you would not say in front of your mom. They called it a cleansing, folks. A cleansing. Last I checked, we were making a game engine, not starting a cult. But what do I know? I'm just a simple game dev, not a grand cleaner. Now we've got developers jumping ship faster than rats from the Titanic. We've got folks popping up like mushrooms after rain. Hello, Redot. Even industry veterans are chiming in. Mark Kern, former World of Warcraft producer, called out Godot for being hijacked by activists. I mean, when you got World of Warcraft producers talking about your game engine, you know you've made it. Just maybe not in the way you've wanted. Now, amidst all this chaos, you would think the big boss would step in, right? Well, Juan Liniewski, the founder and technical consultant of Godot, did chime in on his personal X account. And let me tell you, it's a breath of fresh air in this smog of drama. Juan said, and I'm paraphrasing here because the original post has since been made private, that it's inappropriate to slap political labels on people. He'd rather Godot stay clear of politics altogether. A novel concept, right? He went on to say that we shouldn't expect anyone to have the same political stance. Even if we have different views, we should still be able to work together happily. It's almost like he's suggesting we focus on making games instead of fighting Twitter wars. Crazy, I know. Juan also acknowledged that he's aware of everyone's reactions to the community manager. He hopes people won't violate the current regulations, and if anyone finds themselves accidentally locked out, they can contact official channels for an explanation. At the time of recording this, the Godot Foundation has issued a statement. While it's not a formal apology, they have at least acknowledged their controversy. They have set up a form for people who feel they've been unjustly blocked to fill out. They also said they were not affiliated with Zananax, so that's a good step. I know managing a large, diverse community isn't easy, but when your engine is built on the idea of openness and community contribution, maybe, just maybe, making political statements and mass blocking isn't the best strategy. Just a thought. But wait, humor me a bit because some conspiracy theorists are out there saying that this might be an inside job from Unity. As funny as that is, Unity has got enough on their plate, trying to gain back the trust they lost from their controversy. They don't have time to be playing 4D chess with Godot, although if true, I've got to add it to them. That's some next level corporate espionage right there. Look, I get it, supporting inclusivity is great. Heck, I'm all in for it, but there's a difference between saying everyone is welcome and agree with us or get out. Godot is a tool, guys. It's not supposed to have political views. It's supposed to help us make badass games, regardless of whether we lean left, right, or dance politically in the center. The Wokot post might have been a joke, but when people didn't find it funny, the community manager could have just moved on or should have followed up with a tweet clarifying that the previous post was meant to say everyone is free to make games on their engine, whether woke or not. The main objective of Godot is to create a powerful, flexible engine that anyone can use to express themselves. Let's be crystal clear here. Godot is for everyone, whether you're woke or not woke, broke or balling, left, right, center, or wherever you stand in your political spectrum and beliefs. The beauty of Godot being an open source project is that it transcends political boundaries. It's about creating, innovating, and pushing what's possible in game development. So where do we go from here? Well, if you ask me, and you kind of are since you're still watching this video, Godot needs to take a chill pill, admit they goofed up, and get back to what they do best, being an awesome open source game engine for everyone. And I mean everyone, from the wokest of the woke to the unwokest of the unwoke. Is that a thing? Whatever, you get the point. Remember, in the world of game development, the only thing that should be blocked is bad code and bugs, not people with different opinions. But hey, I'm just one dev in a sea of passionate Godot users not happy with the way things were handled. I hope this has not slowed down the engine's development and growth. What do you think? If you have ideas on what could have been done better, drop them in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts. But remember guys, let's keep it respectful. We're all here because we love game development, right? So let's avoid turning the comments section into a political battleground. Keep your comments focused on the engine, the community, and how we can make things better for everyone. After all, that's what open source is all about. This video is not a call to boycott Godot. It's a call for Godot to manage its community better, and a reminder that the views of an immature community manager is not the view of a tool used for game development.